So I'm going to show you how to work Edpuzzle from a student view. So when you go into Edpuzzle, my class is a health class, and under the Due Soon tab, under my classes, there I'm going to show you the video about volleyball that I have for my students selected. So I'm going to click on Watch as a Student. I'm going to click on it. It pulls up the video, which is what they're going to be able to see. So I'm going to click the play button, and these green and yellow boxes and stuff like that, they're going to be questions or comments that I have made in the video that my students are able to hear. So I'm going to play it.
It explains the rules of volleyball. The object of the game is for your team to win 3 sets faster than the opposing team. Teams are made up of 12 players, with 6 players taken to the court at any one time. They consist of a libero and 2 setters in the back row, and a left side, right side, and middle hitters.
So your left side hitter is going to be called your outside hitter. Your middle hitter is also going to serve as a middle blocker, and your right side hitter is going to be called your opposite. Your libero is going to stay the same, and you can either have 1 to 2 setters on the court, but anyone in the back row is considered defense.
Middle hitters in the front row. To win a set, you must score 20.
So now that the video is paused, I have a question, and I'm not able, there's no skipping button stuff, so even if I submit it, it's going to say I have to answer the question first. So which of the following is not a position volleyball? Forward is going to be the correct answer for my students. So I'm going to hit submit, and then after I hit submit, I'm able to continue on.
Score 25 points and be at least 2 points ahead. If the scores are 25-24, for example, the game carries on until one team has a 2-point lead. Sounds easy, so how do I score these points? To score a point, you must aim to hit the ball over the net and onto your opponent's court. The court is 18 meters long and 9 meters wide, and the area you're aiming for is 9 meters by 9 meters. There is an attack line 3 meters away from the net. The net is 8 feet above the ground for men and 7 foot 4 inches above the ground for women. If the ball is hit onto the lines, this also counts as a point. Hitting the ball over the net.
So I have another question now. So it's a true-false question. The other one was multiple choice. So this one says, if the ball is hit on the line, it is considered in. That is true. So I'm going to hit submit, and then continue.
Hitting the ball over the net onto the floor to win points sounds easy enough, but in volleyball, your team is only allowed up to 3 touches of the ball. The first touch is known as the pass of the bump. This is usually to control an attack from your opponents. The second touch is known as a set, and is a setup so that an attacking player can make the final shot. The third touch is known as an attack or a spike. This usually is an attacking shot over the net aimed at your opponent's court. A team can opt to take less than 3 touches if they want to, and the game is a back and forth affair with both teams setting up the ball and attacking each other's court.
So now I have another question. How many times can each side contact the ball? The correct answer is 3. And what are 3 different types of contact a player can make with the ball? So the video talked about passing, so I'm going to write pass, and then setting, and it's going to be attacking, but I'm also taking spiking as my answer. Then I hit submit, and I'm able to continue.
In the sport of volleyball, however, it's very easy to lose points. There's a lot of things you can't do in volleyball. You cannot hit the ball onto the ground outside the area of play. You cannot hit the ball twice in succession. You cannot catch or throw the ball. You cannot step over the line during a serve. You cannot touch the net or run under the net. You cannot hit the ball into the antennas of the net. And as earlier mentioned, you cannot touch the ball more than 3 times. All of these errors result in your opponent being awarded a point on the next serve.
To get the ball from one side of the net to the other, you have to serve the ball. We'll go over underhand and overhand serving in class tomorrow.
Serve. Once your team has won a point, all players must rotate clockwise to stand in a new position. Once a team has won 25 points and is at least 2 points ahead, they win a set. The team that wins 3 sets first wins. If both teams have won 2 sets each, the 5th and last set only goes to 15 points.
So I have a comment. So for the purposes of our class, we're only going to be doing 3 games, so it would be best 2 out of 3 instead of 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 is for college and high school volleyball normally. So I'm going to continue.
That's basically volleyball in a nutshell, but there's a few other things.
So now that my video is over, I'm able to go to my classes, and then I'm able to look at the progress of my students. So I can click on progress, and I can see who is able to get what grade. This grade is not 100% because there's a free response that I have to grade still. So then when I go in here, I'm able to see that the teacher, which is me, I watched it, but my students' names will pull up, and I'll be able to check if they've watched it yet and what their grade was, when they saw it, and if they turned it in on time. I'm also able to go and click on the export button to export my grades. So I can click on that, and then it'll download, and now I'm able to have a chart of what my students' grades are when I'm able to export them through Excel. So that's how you work Edpuzzle from a teacher's point of view, viewing it as a student.